Priscilla Barnes is suddenly trending again across the internet, and for many fans this moment feels both surprising and nostalgic at the same time, because when new photos of Priscilla Barnes recently began circulating online, people quickly started sharing them, commenting on them, and remembering the long journey of a woman who has spent decades in the entertainment world. And what makes this moment so fascinating is not just the photos themselves, but the story behind the person in those images, because Priscilla Barnes has always been more than just a familiar face from television history. She represents an era of Hollywood that many people still remember with admiration and curiosity, and as these latest images started appearing on social media feeds, fans from different generations began reacting in their own ways, some expressing surprise, others expressing admiration for the confidence and presence she still carries, and that reaction quickly turned a simple photo shoot into a trending topic, reminding everyone how powerful nostalgia can be in today's digital world. Because when someone who once dominated screens decades ago suddenly returns to the spotlight, it instantly sparks memories, conversations, and a renewed interest in their story. And for Priscilla Barnes, that story has been filled with dramatic moments, challenges, success, and the kind of experiences that only come from surviving in an industry that constantly changes and constantly searches for the next new face. Yet somehow certain personalities manage to remain unforgettable. And Priscilla Barnes is one of those personalities whose presence still carries the energy of classic Hollywood charm, mixed with a modern sense of confidence. And as people online discuss her latest appearance, many are also revisiting her past roles, remembering the shows and moments that first introduced her to millions of viewers. And that wave of nostalgia has created a powerful emotional connection between past and present, because seeing someone reappear in the spotlight years later reminds audiences of how time passes, yet certain icons remain recognizable. And in these new trending photos, many fans say they see a woman who seems comfortable, confident, and completely aware of the journey she has lived through. And that kind of confidence cannot be created overnight. It is the result of decades of experience, lessons learned, and moments lived both inside and outside the spotlight, and perhaps that is what makes this viral moment feel so cinematic, because it is not just about images appearing online. It feels like a new chapter in a long story that began many years ago when Priscilla Barnes first stepped into the world of acting, a world filled with opportunity, but also filled with pressure, competition, and the constant challenge of staying relevant. And surviving that world for decades requires more than talent. It requires resilience, patience, and the ability to evolve while still remaining true to who you are. And that evolution is something fans believe they can see in her latest appearance, because there is a sense of calm strength in the way she carries herself today, as if she understands that her journey has already proven something important, that longevity in entertainment is rare and valuable. And when the internet suddenly rediscovers someone with that kind of legacy, curiosity spreads quickly, leading thousands of people to search her name again, watch old clips, revisit past interviews, and rediscover the moments that made her part of television history in the first place. And in a time where fame often appears and disappears within weeks, seeing someone remain part of public conversation after so many years feels refreshing and even inspiring to many viewers, because it reminds people that careers in entertainment are not always about constant headlines, but about the lasting impression someone leaves behind. And as reactions to these new photos continue spreading online, it becomes clear that the fascination surrounding Priscilla Barnes today is not just about appearance or style. It is about the story of someone who once lived under the intense lights of Hollywood and still carries that unmistakable presence years later. And that presence creates a bridge between generations of audiences, some who remember watching her during the peak of her career, and others who are discovering her story for the very first time. And in many ways, that is the real power of moments like this. They bring old stories back into modern conversations, allowing a new audience to explore the journey behind the name they suddenly see trending. And while social media trends often fade quickly, the attention surrounding Priscilla Barnes right now feels like a reminder that certain personalities never truly disappear from public memory. They simply wait for the right moment to reappear and spark curiosity once again. And whether someone views these latest photos as bold, inspiring, nostalgic, or simply another chapter in a long and fascinating career. One thing remains clear. Priscilla Barnes has once again captured the attention of the internet, proving that true icons from the past can still command the spotlight in the present. And if you enjoyed this cinematic breakdown of why Priscilla Barnes is trending again and what makes this moment so fascinating for fans around the world, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next viral story everyone on the internet is talking about.